Padlet is a digital pinboard that lets you gather a variety of objects such as text posts, pictures, video clips, audio files, web links, and many more. The essence of a Padlet is to provide a place from where people can work on a project in a fun, easy, and interactive way.
First thing you need to do is to head over to Padlet.com, sign up if you don't have an account, or log in if you already have an account with Padlet. Once you've signed in or created an account, you'll be taken to a Padlet home screen. Because we don't have any Padlets yet, our library is empty. Today we're looking at how to create a Padlet. So click on Make a Padlet. Padlet lets you select between different layouts. If you're not sure which layout you want to choose, you can always click on Preview to see what the layout will look like in real life. Today, we're going to stick with the simplest layout on Padlet, Wall. Once you've selected layout, click Select. First thing we want to do is give our Padlet a title and description. You can also choose an icon which will appear next to your Padlet's title, right here in the top left corner. The address is a unique link to your Padlet, which you can use to invite people to join your Padlet, but we will talk about how people join the Padlet a little bit later. Appearance will enable you to customize your Padlet, the wallpaper, the scheme, and font. Now let's have a look at posting and some of the features that you want to make sure you turn on. First, attribution. Display author name above each post. I normally turn this feature on because I want to see who of my students posted what. New post position, it's up to you whether you want a new post to appear at the top or at the bottom. Comments, because we want to use Padlet for online discussion space, I normally leave comments on. Reactions is a nice way to give your students a chance to react to your post or posts of their classmates. I normally select stars. Let's have a look at content filtering a little bit later when we talk about moderation. Now, once you've set up your Padlet, we're gonna click Next and start posting. Let's try and create our first post. To create a first post, we're gonna click on this plus or pencil button, enter the title of our post. So for my first post, I'm going to use the upload function and upload a file from my computer. I'm going to select this picture and ask students if you could be one of the people in the picture, who would it be and why? So let's create another post. Click on the same icon. For my second question, I'm going to use one of the features from the drop-down menu. I'm going to Doodle, let's do this, and ask students what could this drawing be. And a couple of things you can do once the post has been created. You can either delete the post, change the color of your post, copy the post. If while creating a Padlet you realize that the layout is not suitable for your discussion board, in this case, for example, I cannot move my posts freely because we've selected a layout of wall, you can always click on these three dots and change format. Select Canvas. This will not delete our posts, it will stack them together, but now I'm free to move my posts around in whichever place I want. There are a couple of settings you want to set up before you invite students. First, go to Share, change privacy settings. First thing you want to select is what is the privacy settings of your Padlet. Is it public, so everybody can find it on Padlet platform? Is it secret and only people with link will be able to access it? Do you need to password? I normally keep it on secret and share link with my students. Another important thing that you need to make sure you select correctly is visitor permissions. When you invite your students to this Padlet, they will be visitors, and there are a couple of options here. Handwrite means that your students will be able to create posts, much like what I did right here. I created those posts. The question that you need to ask yourself is, do you want your students to create posts, or do you only want them to reply to your posts? Now my Padlet is ready to be shared with my students. So a couple of options how you can share your Padlet. Copy a link to the clipboard will generate a link which you can now share with your students to invite them to this Padlet. There's also a convenient feature of sharing Padlet through the Google Classroom, which will basically take the same link and post it on your Google Classroom. I'm gonna try and use this feature today. If you're not using Google Classroom, simply share this link with your students, but I'm also gonna show you how to share Padlet through Google Classroom. So I'm going to click on Google Classroom. Padlet will take me to Google Classroom selection screen. Now I need to choose a class which I want to assign Padlet to. Under Action, I normally create an assignment. Now we've starting editing our assignment on Google Classroom. Once you've titled, instructions, and other options are ready, click Assign. Let's now switch to Student View to see what they will need to do to participate in your Padlet. When your students log into the Google Classroom, they will see a new assignment. To access your Padlet, they will need to click on the link.